We're here today for one simple demand. Justice. Justice for container truckers. Justice for all workers. We have been trying to do everything by the book. After the last dispute in 2005, we have spent 8 years warning about undercutting. This is the third dispute in the last 15 years. In 1999, the problem was undercutting. In 2005, the problem was undercutting. And the problem today, in 2014, is undercutting. Shame. And this port thinks they're not accountable to anyone. They're accountable to the people of Canada. That's who the port's accountable to. We have met with politicians. We have met with the port. We have filed the briefs. We've done everything by the book. And meanwhile, our members are going hungry. Meanwhile, workers are getting a raw deal, and everyone else on the ports is getting rich. Shame. We have done everything to avoid this, and now we have a dispute. And what have we done? The non-union folks have said, you know what? We can't afford it anymore. We're not going to work. The union folks have gone on legal strike, and they've followed the book and done everything correct. And what do we have? Nothing. And then the government comes out. Last week, Thursday night, they put out their 14-point plan. They never called us. They never invited us to it. They never asked us to sit around the table and negotiate. They just put it out via press release. And then on Friday, ourselves and the United Truckers got together and we put forward a plan that would get this port moving again. And we asked them for a meeting on Saturday morning. They wouldn't even give us that meeting. We waited all weekend long. And finally, on Sunday, we got a meeting. And so we went in there united to that meeting. The first words out of the government's mouth was, "This is not a negotiating session." Shame. And then we said, well, we've got some questions about this 14-point plan. We got questions, for instance, about how you can expect a trucker who spends tens of thousands of dollars on their truck, on their diesel, on their insurance, to sit there for 2 hours for $25. That's less than minimum wage, for crying out loud. And then we wanted to know, how come you put this increase, this 10% increase on the rates, and that's for owner-operators? What about the 54% of people on the ports who are supposed to be paid by the hour? Where's their increase? Nothing again. And then they actually said, your questions are legitimate. We would like to answer those questions, but we're not going to answer them until you go back to work. Shame. And so we're back on the picket line, following the rules, doing everything we can. They're spouting out all kind of nonsense up there, saying that 40% are at work. Brothers, I've been on that picket line. You've been on that picket line. There's no way 40% of the people are working. And now, this must be some kind of banana republic. Because apparently the port just thinks that they can do a mass termination of all these people. Take away their livelihood. Take away their license. Why? Because they followed the rules. Because they protested, because they went on legal strike. That is absolutely shameful in Canada. And then we've seen the federal government and the provincial government pointing fingers. It's not our jurisdiction. It's not our jurisdiction. But look at how fast they can work together when they want to combine to crush workers. Real fast they can coordinate then, can't they? It's shameful. I have a message to Mr. Sylvester. Mr. Sylvester, these workers will not be cowed. We will not be bullied. We will not be swayed. We need to get around the negotiating table, sit down, and get this thing done in a way that there's a standard rate for everyone across the board. Mr. Sylvester, you are not Ronald Reagan, and we are not the air traffic controllers. We're not putting up with it. Thank you, brothers. Stay strong, and let's win this dispute.